Welcome to The Jeweler's View. I'm Courtney Gray, metalsmith, educator, and creative business strategist. After 25 years in the jewelry industry, running one of the country's top metalsmithing schools, coaching artists, advising companies and organizations, and hosting interviews with some of the best in the craft, I finally created the kind of support I wish I'd had from the start. This podcast is a part of that. Each week, I share the lessons I had to learn the hard way so you can build a rhythm that supports your creative work, your values, and the life and business you actually want. Find tools, coaching, and my Transform course at CourtneyGrayArts.com, and let's get to work. This episode is supported by Guess Wine, helping jewelers and manufacturers stay ahead of the curve since 1914. I've always said this industry runs on connection and good partnerships. That's why I'm proud to partner with Guess Wine, because they show up for makers, stores, and manufacturers every single day. They don't just sell tools, they help you use them better. Visit guesswine.com to see what's possible. Welcome back to The Jeweler's View. If last week was about staying rooted in the middle of it all, this week is about turning outward toward the people who keep our creative world spinning. Because no matter how beautiful your work is, how polished your photos might be, or how clever your marketing, your business is built on one thing: connection. There's still this old story that the artist thrives alone, head down, torch lit, waiting to be discovered. But that's never been the real story. What sustains a creative business isn't a viral moment, it's relationships. The people who see you, share your work, and grow with you over time. Collectors, students, peers, mentors, suppliers, they're all part of the ecosystem that allows your work to exist. After more than 25 years of building studios, courses, and communities, one truth keeps resurfacing. Connection is the most valuable currency that you have. Think about the moments that changed your creative path. Was it a perfectly optimized post, or was it a person? A teacher who believed in you, a client who told their friend about you, a mentor who said, "You're ready for this, and it's worth more than any algorithm out there." Connection is why people buy your work, and it's why they keep coming back. They're not just buying a piece, they're investing in a person. When I ran Creative Side Jewelry Academy, we had a saying: the work is better when we do it together. We meant it literally. When we shared tips and tricks across benches, the whole room grew stronger. You could feel it. But it was also emotional. When one student struggled, the other stepped in. When someone landed a show or sold a piece, we all felt it. We all celebrated. That culture, collaboration over competition, is still one of the most powerful things I've ever built. It's the kind of connection that carries you through slow seasons, creative blocks, and even major life changes. When people ask how to get their name out there, I always smile because it starts smaller than that. When I was first building my business, I passed out cards everywhere: at shows, a coffee shop, airports, on the airplane, grocery store lines, you name it. Sometimes it felt silly, and at first it was kind of awkward, but I believed in planting seeds. And here's the beautiful part: those seeds grew. I've had people show up 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years later, holding that old card or remembering a quick conversation that we had at a show. They'd say, "I met you at that festival, remember?" Or, "I kept your card all this time as a bookmark." That's how it happens. It starts one-on-one, person by person. And then the word of mouth begins. It's not magic, it's consistency. It's talking about what you do, connection. Every genuine interaction is a seed waiting for its season to grow. Some take longer than others. Be patient. So how do you create that kind of connection intentionally, especially when you're already so busy or you don't have a lot of people in your area? Start small. Reach out to one collector or one past client, not to sell to them, but to connect. Ask how they're enjoying their piece. That one message reminds them that they matter beyond any transaction. Reconnect with a peer, someone whose work you admire, who inspires you. Send a compliment or a thank you. It builds community, not competition. Create a connection list, like your materials list, but for people, collectors, fellow artists, mentors, suppliers, friends who've supported your work. Keep notes on when you last reached out and do it intentionally a few times a year. Relationships need care. They don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be ready to sell anything. They just need to be cared for, and you just have to keep showing up for people. I know there are days when visibility feels heavy, when social media is noise and your instinct is to just go quiet, to hibernate. Remember, connection isn't about constant exposure. It's about genuine presence. You don't have to post daily or share everything personal. You just have to be real when you do. When you share from honesty instead of obligation, people feel that and they respond. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one person from that mental list. Write them. Say, hey, I was thinking about you. How are your holidays? How's it going this season? That's it. That small, sincere reach creates ripples you can't measure. And those ripples become opportunities later. Over time, these one-on-one connections become the foundation of something bigger, your broader creative network. And that network needs rhythm, a way for you to stay in touch consistently, even when life gets busy. That rhythm often begins with the simplest tool in your business. Do you know what I'm going to say? That's right, my friend, your email list. Next week, we're going to dig into that. How to start one if you haven't already, who to include, and how to make it feel human instead of transactional. Because your newsletter isn't just marketing, it's conversation. It's how you remind people that you're here, creating, and available for what you do best. Your creative business isn't powered by algorithms. It's powered by relationships. So this week, put down the metrics and pick up the phone or shoot somebody a message through email. Reach out to one person who's been a part of your journey, a collector, a mentor, a friend. Tell them thank you. Share something that you're excited about. Let them know that they matter. That's what keeps this work alive. Not the numbers, but the people behind them. If this episode reminded you to reconnect, share it with another maker who might need the same nudge. And if you're craving accountability and community, Transform's going to open in the new year, sometime in February. If you're not on the wait list, you might want to jump on now. Let's get you ready to rock this new year. I also have a monthly subscription for coaching. You can find all of this good stuff in the details at CourtneyGrayArts.com. Until next time, reach out, reconnect, and remember, your work does not thrive in isolation. It thrives in connection. I'm going to say it again. Your work doesn't thrive in isolation. It thrives in connection. I'll see you next week. You've got this. This episode is supported by Guess Wine, helping jewelers and manufacturers stay ahead of the curve since 1914. Thanks for listening to The Jeweler's View. If today's episode gave you something to think about, consider sending it to a friend or share it on social and tag me at Courtney Gray Arts. You'll find tools, coaching, resources, and the Transform course at CourtneyGrayArts.com. And if no one's told you this lately, remember, you're not behind. You're becoming exactly the kind of maker your business needs. And that kind of depth, it takes time. I'll be back next week, same time, same tough love. Onward and upward.